Hello there YouTube, this is Tycooners Steve, and I want to welcome you to a brand new Let's Play series on our channel. Today we're obviously beginning a brand new zoo in Zoo Tycoon 2, the classic Zoo Tycoon 2. I'm going to go ahead and start a new Asian zoo today, so I've begun with a medium map, and today we're just going to be focusing on the entrance. You can see I've already kind of mapped out a little back area here for our first exhibit, but we're not going to be doing that other than just putting in some pathways here because I don't want to forget to do them. We're going to be focusing on the main buildings today, kind of create something a little different, starting with this little ticket booth. I'm going to be putting it in the side. I'm going to go with a different design than the kind I usually do, with this little 3 different windows in a rounded off building. Let's go ahead and start by, I don't think any of that tile is going to work, so let's go change the inside of the tile to this beautiful wooden path. Give our ticket takers a nice little wooden floor to walk around. And then we're going to just be building up sort of a couple of empty but hopefully interesting looking buildings in the entrance area, trying to kind of evoke both a practicality, like they might be used as office buildings or whatnot that you'd have at the front of the zoo, but also kind of give them sort of a faux Asian flair here. So let's go ahead and start by putting the top on. I'm going to be using a lot of the Zeta Designs. I think it's the Taranga buildings. I'm probably saying that wrong. But you can always get these, if you don't have these roofs or these fences, at the Ruben and Sophie design. Link in the description below. Going right through here. And I'm going to make a nice slanted roof. I'm going to use a lot of slanted roofs in this front area at least, and probably throughout the entire zoo. Which can be kind of a pain in the butt to do, as you can see here, but totally worth it if you're willing to put in the extra time and effort. And I do the just kind of build everything and then delete out the things you don't want method. So like that. We don't need all that extra stuff there. And And I'm pretty sure I've shown you how to do this a few times on the channel. If not, well, just pay close attention. I'm going to go into great detail. Maybe what I should do, I've said this before, leave a comment in the comments below if maybe you would be interested in a couple of shorter videos that kind of just had quick tutorials on how to get certain effects done, like these slanted roofs, or these domed roofs like I'm doing right now. But anyway, now that we've got that done, I think we want to try to put a canopy, and that's not going to quite work, because unfortunately the canopies don't let you do half steps. So we'll just make a wrap around there, and kind of thin it up a bit. There we go, looking perfect. Okay, moving over to these buildings. For these we're going to try to evoke a slanted triangle-like roof. We're going to do that thing where the 2 sides don't quite meet each other, sort of like this, if you kind of see what I'm going for here. They make me think, I think that's going to work. Let's just do one real quick and make sure that it's looking as good in reality as it does in my head. Oh, it's going to help if I put the elevated path on the right level, like that. Yes! Yeah, I think we've got something here, so we're just going to go ahead and keep up that pattern throughout. So, 2 heights, like so. And so, and so. I should mention that when I do these kind of zoos, I tend to build ahead a little bit of what I post online, and I kind of build a few things and then go back and do the editing on the videos and do the voices for them. So I do have the first few exhibits at this point either planned or possibly built by the time I'm done doing this. So you might not be able to get in your request, or if you put in a request in a comment below, I do read the comments, I try to do request, but you need to make the request now early, because if you wait until a later video, I might have already built everything. So get your comments in now if there's something that you definitely want to see, and I'm definitely open to that, but because of the editing schedule, now is the time to ask for them. Just comment in the comments. There we go. Go ahead and delete that. There. One beautiful. Let's go ahead and put in some windows here, I think. Let's increase the difficulty level. Just because I love you, my YouTube viewers, that much. I'm going to take it up a notch here. Where is the... There we go. We want the glass railings for that building set. Does that look right? It does not look right there. We need to get this fixed real quick. Now that I know what I'm doing, yeah, I want a board like that. And then do a floating railing. Aha! We've got this. I got it licked, folks. You had faith in me. I know you did. Do the same thing in here now that we know what we're doing. Like that. And we're going to want to put a thing across the top, like so. Now that's gone, we should be able to put in the glass here. Glass here. Oh, I need to get rid of that. Delete, delete, floating. And I messed it up. Hold on. Do. Messed it up on purpose, of course. There. And now, there. Perfect. Now we've got some windows. Looking sharp. Go ahead and put these borders around the outside. Yes, very good. And a similar thing on these structures here on the left-hand side. Quick edit. Now that I know exactly what the heights of everything needs to be, we're going to change the fences out. I try not to go higher than a 5 on any of the front buildings here for the fence height, because eventually you do get into trouble where your elevated fences can't go any higher. I don't think we'll have any problems with that today, but just a good pro tip there. And from the backside. There we go. I don't even know if you'll be able to see the backside from the actual zoo, but it's going to save me problems later, and it'll make me feel good knowing that we've got this correct. And let's go ahead and get that in there and build the correct fences for this. 3, 4, and then 5 going down. Perfect. Yeah, I'm going as high as I would possibly go on any of the buildings. I mean, technically you could float a railing and then use a elevated path. You know what we're going to do for this big square area here? Just to give it a little flavor, we're going to put these little corners up to give them more of a Far Eastern look. We're not going to relegate ourselves to a single country or anything like that for the purposes of the zoo. So we're just kind of going for a general Far East vibe. So anywhere from the, Mongolian steppes to the, down to Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, anywhere in there, anywhere where you would think of having this kind of similar architecture. We'll open everything up to a I think, real question, did I count out the square to the right height that this all comes to one perfect little point? I think I did, but there's really no way of knowing until you do it, is what I've discovered. Get rid of you, don't need you no more. If all goes right, there should just be one square in the middle, and I think we've hit it perfect. Yes! Ah, master builder here. Very good. Okay. And now, just more of the slanted roofs. Going with these green and brown. Beautiful. Okay. Fill in that little corner before I forget, because that's something I would totally forget to do. And I think from here? No, from here. No, yes. Beautiful. Great. Some people have asked, I do start with a medium zoo when I'm doing these one region of the world kind of zoos. And I just do that because my computer is a little bit older, so if I do an extra large zoo or a large zoo, it does tend to have some lag issues when it's recording and building at the same time. And plus, I already have a save file created that's just a medium zoo, which is completely covered over in dirt and completely flat. So, pro tip, if you're starting a zoo, always want to, at least if you're in sandbox mode, go ahead and flatten everything out, and then build up let's make a rounded box instead of a flat one. Around the corner there. You're going to want to flatten it out and then cover it all over with dirt, because that gets everything completely level. If you do the mixed dirt grass, there can still be some bumps in the road that'll mess you up. And just build in the zoo entrance here. Not quite sure what I'm going to do for that yet, but I know I have these beautiful archways which are going to blend in. I'm going to do something with them, haven't 100% decided. Maybe make this in the middle. Yeah, I like that a little better. And then we can make more defined entrances and exits by boxing these, and like so. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just put a top over there and railings. They've got little indents here, which aren't bad, but let's try to make it look like we know there were indents by putting these plants down. And then we're going to want to let's just grab some generic stuff here for entrances and exits. Where is the... There's like one with a panda? Yeah, there we go. Make sure I've got the good signage for that. I've got the Chinese lanterns. I've got the lion statue. Now let's see what we can do to get these turnstiles working correctly, because I love me some turnstiles. And it's not going to look quite right with the plants, I don't think. So, you know what I can do is I can take the... let's go ahead and put these in here, and then I'll take the big, thick wooden posts that comes with this building set, these guys, and lay them down inside there to kind of cover up that little cubby hole. I think that's going to evoke the look I want and make it look like the turnstiles are the only things there. So no plants, unfortunately, but we'll have a nice trimmed turnstile thing going on. We'll have 2 turnstiles as well. That's going to work great. Let's cut out some areas there. I don't need you. Fill you in with some garden statues. Definitely the garden statues and a lot of the other things I'm going to be using here, that's going to come from the Wilds China set. So, again, I don't know if that one's linked in the box. If I forget to link it in the comments in the box below, because it's not one of those things I have standard, then just go ahead and remind me in the comments, and I'll provide the link to the Wilds China, because it took me a while to find it myself. And I have a feeling in me that I'm going to totally forget to put it in the description below. So if I do, feel free to yell at me. That's the one thing you can yell at me for. That and the fact that I cannot get these words lined up in the middle. Entrance. Perfect. Super. Okay, let's go ahead, and I've cut out a few areas in the front here that I want to put some foliage in. Now we're going to pick one of these. There's a panda, and this one's a takin. Takin? Now I don't sure how it's pronounced, but it's kind of like a big fluffy yellow yak. Throw one of these down. I've actually made a takin before, so I don't know if I'll put one of these in the zoo, but we'll put the sign up for it, because zoos do that. Sometimes they put up signs for things they don't have. Anyway, on to the bamboos. You're getting bamboozled right now. Nailed it. Knocked it out of the park. Filling this in. Gonna put a little things there. Just trying to arrange the bamboo in front of the ticket stand so that you can see the ticket stand. I don't want to cover that up from the front entrance. Where is that? There we go. That's what we want. Fill you in with some ground covers to make it look like it is grown. I like the fact that that big leany over tree kind of went from that circle all the way over to that other thing I had already cut in. It worked perfect. Perfect! It's almost like I planned it. Well, I totally plan everything. I'm not doing this on the fly. Now the funnest thing about, the most fun thing about this series is probably going to be for me trying to pronounce the names of several plants and animals. I might be able to get away without actually saying the plant's name, but I'm going to screw up on some animals. There we go, there we go, there we go, okay. Let's take a look through, make sure we can see everything. Yeah, I think that's good, but we do need some signage. Always good to put in some signage. This is not Star Wars, we do need signages in our bases. What's more egregious in Imperial design, do you think? The complete lack of signages or the complete lack of OSHA safety standards? Not a single rail in any of their designs. I mean, you're just asking for trouble at this point. I'm going to pick up some of these thicker bamboo and kind of plant it around the edges there just to make it look like this area is forested. So if any guests want to peek over, there's nothing to see here. Move along. And some ground covers to fill it in. I really need to find a good grass, I think, because those ground covers are a little thin. A little bit on the thin side. Might as well put in the exit sign here before I forget, because I just saw it. E-X-I-T. That means get out, get out, get out. Perfect. I say the word perfect a lot when I'm building. I just realized this. Have I been doing this every video? Are you annoyed by it? Leave a comment in the comments below if you don't think that's a perfect way to do this. Okay, and I realized there that I forgot to put any sort of things in for our poor minimum wage ticket takers. I'm going to throw in some doors so they can get in and out. We're even going to give them like seats and computers and things like that so they feel better. Let's just shoot. You see, if I put the door down there, you can still see the metal handle poking through. So we might just... I'm going to put down the fake door, and then I'm going to put down a... well, you saw it. I put down just a fence behind there instead of a gate. But let's put some chairs in here. That way you'll have the illusion of the door, even though there is no door there. Get rid of those guys. We don't need them anymore. And yeah, that's a good place for the exhibit right there. I think. Walk through time. Here we are, beginning our new day at the zoo. What wonderful things will we see at the zoo today? Excited! Let's check the opening times at 9 a.m. It seems like we're good enough for that ticket booth. I don't know why I'm doing this all in song. It's just a bonus that you get for listening to me. But let's go ahead and check out the ticket booth real quick. Nice, simple wooden design with a nice fancy computer so they can tippity type out our tickets if they need it. We'll go around here and you can see those beautiful lion statues and some nice shrubbery. And actually pretty much turned together. Trying to go a little bit minimalist to help bring out the sort of faux Near Eastern, not Near Eastern, look at me, faux Far Eastern exhibit. It's really far away from me, so it's the Far Eastern. Okay, going through the turnstiles, chick, and we've got our ticket, and here's where the first exhibit is, but let's swirl around for now and take a look at how those bamboos and things went in. Also take a little look. I think those cubby holes filled in pretty nicely. I was a little concerned about that, but I think it turned out well. I think this is a wonderful beginning to our new zoo, if I do say so myself. In fact, it might be perfect. Word of the day. Let's zoom out and do the little aerial spin so you can get a look at it from all angles like I like to do. And like I said, I do have the first few exhibits planned, but if you have an animal that you're just dying to see that would fit the theme of this zoo, please leave a comment in the comments below and I will see if I can't make that happen. I may have already made it happen, but there's no way of knowing, is there? So leave your comments below. You can see that, like I said, medium zoo, so we do still have pretty good area to fill in here, even with that one exhibit already planned. But I want to thank you for watching today, if you're still watching. And this is Zoo Tycooner Steve saying goodbye. Like, subscribe, and, little bell so you get the notifications. Bye.